Welcome back, viewers. I'm going to go back onto Mr. Maqbul Chaudhry again. Mr. Maqbul Chaudhry, there is also an issue of local, regional businesses and also national businesses where their customers are from all over the UK. Okay, how does that work in relation to planning?
I mean, this is something that I face a lot because in television, when there are people advertising, the television is being watched by everybody in the UK. But the shop is, for example, in Birmingham somewhere, and they want to attract their businesses. So a lot of their time is being wasted, isn't it? But the principle is, I mean, that is the, by default, you know, if it is on the television, then obviously everybody is watching and everybody is viewing. The principle I always say to people that it doesn't matter whether, you know, other people are watching it, as long as you can attract your local audience. And the local audience, if it is on television, they are learning about your business, and when they go out and it become like a, for example, some of the local restaurants, I don't know to name them, they advertised in television and now they have become almost like a known to people. So I have seen like people when they're traveling to Birmingham, they would go and eat in this restaurant because they have seen that advertisement.
Yeah.
So although, I mean, as I said, there is a thinking in the local businesses that what is the benefit of me going into television, because all of my money is being wasted. And I say, no, it's not being wasted because you are creating a name in the community by advertising.
The brand.
So you are creating your brand. So it's not a waste of money. So I would still advise that it's about coming into the market, you know, coming into the market in the field of advertising. There's a totally different ball game in my sense, because another thing that I have seen, that the people who advertise and they get the benefit of it, they know that what is in it. What is in it? It is a very interesting thing. And then they will say, okay, I want to make another one. I know, you know, can I put a sale one? So this is a trend. And I'm sure it works. Otherwise, why people will make a, you know, 3 version of their advertisement, you know, and continue to advertisement for a year, 2 years.
When they do 3 different versions, is it because they're doing it to attract 3 different types of clientele, or?
No, not necessarily. I mean, the thing is, once a program, a advertisement is used again and again and again, and they think that it is time now, because people have already seen it many times, to bring a different dimension to the product, or to make it more interesting, or to give a fresh view of this product.
Fresh view, yeah.
Fresh view of this product.
Yeah. Do you have anything to add to this?
Yeah, exactly the same thing. He said everything actually. The thing is, the new business has to be there, because there are so many. If you don't stand out and show yourself, no one is going to know you. So it's in terms of advertisement, in terms of your banners, billboards, whatever, the way you can show your products. And also, if it is a restaurant, obviously in so many restaurant magazines you should be there. Then in local TV you should be there. Then, for example, from a remote, not only from here to going to Birmingham, from Birmingham somebody might wants to visit central London and they don't know which restaurant to go. Maybe they want some Bengali food with their friends. So if they know these kind of advertisements in the TV they have seen, then they will come straight away to Brick Lane. Yeah, there are so many Bengali restaurants.
Yeah.
So these kind of buzz things goes on, and advertising actually keeps them live.
Absolutely.
So it's not a waste of money, and I think if your presence is there in community, then obviously.
Okay, talking about community, I'm going to ask you another question on community in a bit. But before that, I just wanted to ask you, you mentioned during the break sometime about a friend of yours who advertised for years now on this newspaper.
Yes, yes, yes. He's a restaurant owner in a very remote part of England. He advertised in their newspaper, local newspaper, which has got about 10,000 reader or something. He spends about £300 a week.
Which is quite a substantial amount.
But he said to me something very interesting. He said, I know exactly my £300 is coming back, because he knows the customer. He knows that which customers are coming from reading the newspaper. And another thing that he said to me, that in the local community out there, the local newspaper, like, you know, like Sutton Guardian and, you know, other, you know, Observer, Warwickshire Observer, those people have a very good, they're like opinion leader, isn't it? If they publish, for example, if they publish a bad news, you know, that one restaurant has got fined for not being healthy, you will see immediately that will spread throughout the village or throughout the whole town. So same way the good news, if you put an advertisement, and I think as Sadia said, it is absolutely necessary for our businesses and my fellow friends, I would say that please think about promoting your business. Don't just suffer from saying, oh, business is not going well, business is not going well. Think creatively, think about changing your logo, think about changing or giving a fresh look at
Rebrand.
your brand, your menus, you are changing everything, you're changing your chef, you're trying to make a good curry, but what about your menu? It's been there for many months,
True, very
Yes.
true.
your menu is already so
oily
much
and,
oily, and you need
You're
to
gonna
think
change.
about it. You need to think
Saying
how-
that, our restaurants have moved on a lot now.
Absolutely,
I see
absolutely,
so
absolutely.
many fantastic Bengali-owned restaurants.
Absolutely,
Beautiful.
and they're catchy names nowadays. There are a lot of nice names coming as well. We're
Yes.
coming out of the door of India to, for example, Spice Corners or something
Yeah,
like
so-
this.
something quite catchy,
Catchy,
and
yes,
interesting.
of
Yeah,
course.
I do see that actually. What's your take on that? The local businesses at the moment, when they're marketing on local businesses, right? Is it good to have be involved in sponsorships, local community sponsorships, networking events?
Absolutely.
What's your opinion on that in terms of
They
taking
sh-
the brand there and promoting to the local businesses?
It's actually a good thing. Actually, the local restaurants and local business should actually go to meet the community, and wherever possible they should talk about their own brands, and actually it's a good thing. I think they should promote like that, and they should come up.
The reason why
And
I'm asking
things
this
things
question-
have things have changed over the years, because we have started our business from 2002. That time they didn't even have any knowledge of website, what is a website about. But that time we used to go to them and convince them that you should have a website, because without a website, you know where. That time they said, what should we do with a website? There's no need. People know us. They just pass by. They come to the restaurant. This is how their mentality was. But now, when they come, they said, we need a website.
Yes.
They themselves
Yeah.
come and say,
Come
we
in.
need a website. But now, new things we have to input, that not only website, you should have a Facebook account, you should have a Twitter account, you should buzz in it,
Yeah.
then you should have all these advertisements, then also you should have this and that. So many things we have to say, and so it's
Yeah.
changing, but now it's more like they knows these things, and they are seeing everywhere. People are having internet, and it's trending, and they knows all these things. So
One of the-
I think it's happening now.
Yeah, one of my experiences that people I've seen, like it's a very big business, but they want to spend a very little in their advertisement.
That's
And I
true.
say, how could you put your such a big, nice business into a small pot? You cannot put it there, isn't it? For
Exactly.
example, if you're a rich person, if you're going to a wedding, you're going to wear a nice clothes, isn't it? The best clothes of the day. Same way, when you're putting yourself in the crowd of a lot of advertisement and television, you're competing with others. You cannot just make a advertisement for 200 and 300 pounds, and then you have to invest. You have to find the right person and spend some money, because you are risking yourself. You have got already £1 million worth of business. You cannot advertise it. So again, it comes to having a budget, choosing the right person, and in order to get the right person, as Sadia said, do a research and see that person's work, what they have done. You can ask them, they will always happy to share with you. Have a look at them. I mean, if you think that, that they are nice, and then you talk to them, get their opinion. Yes, you have the business. Of course, you are the person who has made this £1 million, and I cannot undermine your skills at all. I salute you that you have got that expertise. However, you have to also learn to rely on the designer or the person who is
In
going to
charge
make the
for
phone.
that, yeah.
Yes. I mean, your idea is absolutely necessary, and you have the absolute authority to change anything. However, it is important that you build up the relationship. And where the relationship works, it works better.
I'm going to give both of you 1 minute each to
see.
tell me a success story, because Business Today, we always talk about success stories. A success story of a
I mean,
client.
I have many success stories. Unfortunately, before I came to this show, I was told that I cannot promote a brand here.
Yeah.
So I am not able to share. But I know some businesses there, I mean, they were like £10,000. In terms of restaurant design and branding, they're doing 17,000 now,
Yeah,
because they have adopted every single avenue. They have got advice from professional people as well in terms of marketing. In terms of video advertisement, I know, I mean, some of my advertisements are running for 1 and 2 years, and they've made 2-3 versions. And I know those products, like, you know, the guy would say, I have got another 2 you know, what a container coming, you know, container coming. So you go over to their warehouse and you see the top pile of that particular product.
Wow.
Then of course, I mean, he's selling, of course.
This is a Bengali client of yours?
No, it's not a Bengali client, but it's an Asian client, but their target is a Bengali market. So when I started, he was struggling. So now each time I go there and I see this big pile of the same product, I don't want to name the product. So this is a success in terms of my experience.
I've given you 1 minute. Sadia, do you have a success story?
There are a lot, as he was saying, that we are not allowed to mention their names. But whoever clients we've got, it's over the years, they're still with us, mashallah, and they're still continuing with us. And we are happy for them, and they are also happy. But the thing is, we have made that communication with them, and as a team we are working together. It's not only the service we are providing and they're giving us money. It's not only that. You have to communicate, you have to know each other business, and this is how actually a successful business actually runs. So there are quite a lot of success stories. They have started from 2-3 people. Now they're huge companies. There are so many like that.
I'm going to finish it off now here.
It's all right.
Thank you. We have come to the end. Dear viewers, we have come to the end of the show for today. I'd like to thank you, my guests, for coming on the show, and also the viewers watching out there. Well, viewers, I have learned a few things today, and I hope you have. Remember, you can still email us with any further questions, and I will promise those questions to be answered. One thing I want to say for everyone to remember: a brand is more than a trademark. It is a trust mark. A brand is a covenant between the company and the customers. A trusted brand is a genuine asset. Well, viewers, that's it from me today. Please do remember to tune in on the 1st of November at 5 p.m. We have something very interesting, a great business opportunity that we're going to talk about, and a success story. And for now, remember, tomorrow's business is business today. Thank you.